All right, crew. Sweat is a 30-minute EMOM. It is a minute one is a 12-10 cal bike. Minute two is a 200-meter run, and minute three is a rest. The workout focus for this is aerobic threshold training. So the ideal intensity is going to be at our base pace, which is around 60 to 70% of our max heart rate. So we're going to talk strategy on how to work within that heart rate zone, or if we want to push it, how we can attack the workout if we want to push it and step it up just a little bit. So for the workout, if we're trying to stay at that 60 to 70%, for most people accomplishing 12 or 10 cal bike within that time domain, within that 45 to 50 seconds, leaving you about 10 seconds to transition to the next movement, it is going to be tough. Right. And you're probably going to spike your heart rate if you try to get it done. So rather than looking at a 12-10 cal bike, you're just going to look at it as a 50-second bike, right? Nice and steady. You're essentially just giving yourself enough time at the end to hop off and get ready for the run or the fast walk, right? A lot of times with zone two base training, we have to go a lot slower than we'd like to in order to get that stimulus in. And I think it's important to remember too that when we talk about going slow, especially with something like running, you feel like you're walking, you might not be getting anything done. It is a means to an end. So for a lot of people, if you're very consistent with getting your base training or your zone two training, that walking isn't going to last you more than 4 to 6 weeks, because what's going to happen is you're going to get fitter. Your body's going to be able to move better at those lower heart rates. And eventually you're going to be able to start running and getting back to the paces that you were prior to really focusing on your heart rate, but you'll be doing it at a lower heart rate, which is what we're looking for. So if you're looking to keep this at a base intensity, we're going to do 50 seconds on the bike. You'll have 10 seconds to transition to the run, 50 seconds on the run, walk, and then you'll come back in. And minute three is a rest. There are different ways that we can really utilize this rest period, and we'll talk about it for the people who want to push too. But try to make the most out of this. Right. I mean, there's a number of things we can do as far as like if you want to do slow sit ups, that's a great option. If you want to do slow Russian twist, that's another great option to do, just so you keep moving and you get the maximum amount of work done and really get the maximum amount of fitness in during that hour. So like during that rest period, again, if we're in that zone two and we're looking for like steady state cardio the whole time, pick some sort of ab movement that is going to be low intensity that you can do for 50 seconds. So you really maximize your time in the gym. Now, if we're looking to push the pace on this 30-minute workout, we're going to be looking at that push pace, right? So about 70 to 80% of your max heart rate, which would be considered like pretty close to lactate threshold training. So you'll just do it exactly as the workout says, right? You'll hit a 12-10 cal bike, you'll rest 2 minutes on the run, 200-meter run, rest, and then minute three you could rest, but we'll talk about something else that you could also do that will help your fitness long term. For the bike and the run, we don't want you working for more than 45 to 50 seconds. So if you're going to push and you can get both of those both those amounts of work done in 45 to 50 seconds, that's fantastic. If you're not someone who's going to complete that amount of work in 45 to 50 seconds, but you're looking to push the pace, just identify what you can finish consistently in that 45 to 50 seconds. So maybe it's a 10 cal, 8 cal bike, something along those lines, 150-meter run, something around there. Now, let's talk about utilizing that rest period a little bit better than just standing around and waiting for that next cow bike to begin. When we really push ourselves, we start to build up lactate. And one of the things that like our slow twitch muscle fibers love to use for energy is lactate, right? So we can really get a lot of bang for our buck if we utilize minute three in that rest by choosing some sort of movement to complete with a PVC pipe, right? And just moving very slowly and trying to build endurance in those muscles, in that muscle group, right? So maybe you're someone who really struggles with a deadlift, or that your hamstrings and your lower back fatigue quicker than other parts of your body. Minute three, grab a PVC pipe and do slow deadlifts for about 45 to 50 seconds, right? Just think of it as active recovery, but it's also going to increase your muscular endurance for workouts down the road. For me personally, and some of you guys might have seen me doing this, like my shoulders fatigue out well before like anything else does. Especially like my traps and my rear delts. So a lot of times, like during a workout, during a strength portion, I'll grab a PVC pipe and I'll work on some pressing, right? Or I'll do a floor press, or I'll do a PVC pipe snatch or a clean and jerk, right? Just something to help those muscles that I know struggle with fatigue, just to train them to get better at actually taking in that lactate for fuel, which is going to help me with my endurance down the road. So again, two ways you can really approach this workout. If we're looking for a steady state, aerobic threshold training, 50 seconds on each of the on the cow bike and on the run or fast walk. And then minute 3, dealer's choice on some sort of cardio that you want to, or sorry, not cardio, some sort of ab or core exercise that you want to complete, so you really make the most out of this workout. If we're going to go with the push pace, great. Again, 45 to 50 seconds, looking for consistency in the amount of work that we're doing. And then pick for minute 3 during the rest, pick some sort of active recovery movement that you want to work on with a PVC pipe. Again, nice and slow, focusing on your breathing and just resting before that next minute begins.